recording on my own side. Beautiful. All right, 88 people. I think it's a great number. Let's get started on that. So we got pretty heavy distribution over the week so far, right? On the sell side, it's been like a pretty good type of TGIF on the monthly chart right now, and I want to basically look over today's price action to see if we can take that relative equal high right here. And I'm just gonna start my mouse thing right here. One sec. It's gonna be easier for you guys to follow my explanation with the circle like that, you know. All right, so can you guys see the purple circle, my mouse, just to make sure? Yeah, it's actually recorded, yeah, for sure. All right, number one, perfect. All right, so we're gonna break down the whole thing. I want to break down from a higher time frame perspective to a lower time frame perspective, and I want to make sure that we're not missing on anything. And from there, you're gonna be able to, you know, find out where the 9:30 is gonna go, the 10 a.m. is gonna go, and the next 4 hour candle can go. And back to Windows, yeah, for sure. I didn't really like my experience on the Mac, you know, to be honest. So I basically built one the crazy machine um, on PC machine. So right now I'm just pretty glad about it. Really enjoying it. Anyways, um, so this is the previous daily range that box that we see right here, right? This is the FX4 model indicator that have been coded like a year or two ago now. And basically you can see that there's a relative equal high right here resting very close from a 21,500, which is basically midpoint in between big figure. And it's a pretty interesting area, to be honest. There's a little bit of inefficiencies above, and you'll see on the higher time frame as well that there's a big pocket of inefficiencies here. So as long as we stay inside the low of the week right here, I can kind of like see price going in this area right here. But that's where we need to go on higher time frame and break that down. That's the reason why I'm gonna jump in a few seconds. Um, so let's take a look at the monthly chart. I'll remove all the tools right here because I want to make sure we're only reading candle for now, right? And we're gonna add more sauce on it later on. This should be visible only on, let me just readjust this real quick. These annotation, I want to make sure they're only showing current interval only. Current interval only. Otherwise, they're going to be a little bit distracting on the higher time frame price reading. I think we're good. Future for living? Yeah, absolutely, man. I used to be an OGs of Forex and eventually just basically changed for future because you know, like Forest at some point was just a little bit scuffed, and specifically last year was insanely scuffed in terms of forex. If you look at Euro USD last year was pretty much like just a single range, right? And you know, just like eventually just fall in love with future. To be honest, future's pretty insane. All right, so let's take a look at the monthly chart. So 1 month right here. It's just kind of like this month is about to close pretty soon, right? It's a couple of days left. I want to take a look at this. So as we can see right here that this month grabbed the previous monthly high right here, but didn't reach for that all-time high right here. All-time high, which is like basically price 22,426. We take that previous high right here, 22,094. And right now we're sitting very close from the opening price of the current month. So as you can see right here, this is the current end dog that we have a new day opening gap on this current day, Wednesday, right? We're in the middle of the week right now. And that end dog basically is relatively important because it's the monthly opening price too, right? So yeah, this is so over the past month basically we did a pretty good expansion on the upside, take that previous monthly high and basically return to the actual monthly open price. So in terms of like who's above the water right now, it's who underwater right now. I will say that everybody is pretty much equal, right? Uh, so people that bought on the bottom, like basically they got distributed down, and people that vice versa, basically. We got big figure midpoint right here, 21,500 that basically got rejected as well. In terms of premium, everything above is considered premium from a big figure standpoint. And I can see there's a swing low right here, but it's not very like I don't see myself going back for this low yet because right now our current draw liquidity on the monthly is basically the current monthly low. But like I said, we have few days left for this monthly candle to close, so no, I don't really want to see anything like that happen. So let's take a look at the weekly time frame because that's going to give us a little bit more information about the price delivery that we see right here. So this is the current weekly candle. This is the previous weekly candle, right? This is the second candle of the week, and this is the first candle of the week, the month. I mean, first candle of the month. So in terms of order flow, right? If you look into this low right here, this candle has been accumulating the whole month, starting from this low right here. The second candle was basically you're taking all of this low resistance liquidity right here, right? All of these right here, including that relative equal high, that's 10 right here. Never reach above that high right here. And basically this candle distributed for a full week. And also accumulated too. Like when it's open at this point, like it was moving up. That was basically the previous week, right? And this week, right now, like this current week, which is basically the last week of the month, it's basically a simple pure distribution. I don't saw really a lot of accumulation on that type of candle right here. And we basically distributed these two previous weekly low right here. If you connect these two low right here, that give you a low resistance liquidity run on the lower time frame, right? And I can also see, like I said, the 21,500, the 21,750, which is basically right here on my mouse cursor, this level. That's also another quarter of big figure. And right now, in terms of order flow, like in this week, right, the latest price delivery that happened is a sell side delivery, which is basically this low right here. So currently this week is set for a sell side run, but at this point of time, right, in the week, we're basically looking for a potential rebalance as a retracement. So this is basically a retracement right here. So we got sell side distribution. When we reach for this low specifically, now we're looking for a retracement. That's basically a retracement program. And the reason why we have retracement program is because of inefficiencies, right? These inefficiencies, these pocket of, if you remember that analogy that ICT done like a few years ago about the paint analogy, right? The paint roller. So you're basically distributing the paint on the wall, and eventually as you go, the paint is basically a little bit inefficient, right? And it creates these pockets of inefficiencies. So when you're delivering the paint on the wall, you eventually kind of like do some little lines, right? And that's why you need to return a little bit where you applied the paint at the beginning of the distribution and basically rebalance the paint and basically return to that sell side. So right now, this current candle is printing, from a higher standpoint, it basically a sell side distribution, and it's also connecting with this accumulation that we got on the left side of the curve. So basically, yeah, buy side of the curve, sell side of the curve, that's in the MXM, right? Literally. And right now, we're sitting at the opening price of this first week of the current monthly candle. So I don't know if we have already talked that much on a weekly candle chart. Usually people that are kind of like just jumping on the weekly candle and they just oh, this is this and that, and basically now we can go back on the daily chart. All right. But that was pretty good explanation about what I see on the weekly candle. Because all of the candle mean the same thing, right? You have a consensus of data that's been compiled together with a range of time, right? So that's pretty much what it is. gem. Yeah. So this is basically the current and dog that we have on the, and it's not even like accurate right here. I'm gonna basically adjust it to make sure that we're having the right range. I also want to measure it if we have the needs, because I basically plotted on my phone yesterday, but it's 86 points. So I will highly consider putting a 50% on that end dog because it's pretty large. But we'll see. Like we also have the previous end walk open, and I mean the previous week opening gap right here. That also relevant, you know, for me. Pretty relevant for me. So right now, right, if we are in a retracement program on the weekly candle, so let me show you what I mean by that. Okay, so let's take like a weekly candle right here on the power of three. I'll just basically show you one candle, and it should be plotting soon. And there we go. So that's the current week candle, right? That's the current weekly candle. What do we notice from here is basically we have the high of the week 21,813, we have the low of the week 29,90, and we actual price right here, which is basically the actual price, and we have the open of the week. It's basically 21,775. So we open in a premium part of it, and we distributed in basically a discount level. We also take big figure yesterday, 21,000 right here. So 21,000 in terms of liquidity pool, that's pretty strong because it has more common it's a more common number, and it's also representing more order, just naturally speaking. So that basically an area where you can find out some sort of like stability in price, right? And that just makes sense when you reach for a big liquidity pool like this. That doesn't really, it's not very visible on your chart. These liquidity pool are not visible, but they're very considerable. Um, right now, what we're sitting at is in on daily time frame. We're sitting inside bar of that previous daily range, right? So that previous daily range has an expansion on the downside as distribution. So that's a sell side distribution. And it's also respecting the order flow of the current week. And basically, we're inside that rejection right here that has been a bullish rejection. We took that low yesterday right here, 21 to 42.50. And what I'm breaking down right now is I'm just breaking down the story. So if you understand more the story about what is going on right now, you can basically position yourself a little bit better. That just makes sense, right? Because if you don't understand what's the story behind, and specifically on a higher time frame perspective, like you're gonna be very, very lost, and you're basically now taking a little bit um, more random trade. You know what I mean? Like it's not really good. So we got this end dog right here that is basically a bullish end dog. It's also inefficient, right? It's an inefficiency, but also show us some overnight contract transfer. And what I can see right here on this daily chart is I can see that there's an imbalance in between this Monday low and this current Wednesday high. So I'm gonna mark this on right here. I'm gonna mark it, and I'll make sure that I sync it in all the time frames so we can rely on that if we want to go there. So that being said, I'm gonna basically sync in global. So I have multiple screens, so I'm able to see these type of thing on any other time frame. So that gives me so much confirmation and confluences, and also make sure that this right here is also plot, because if you don't plot the border and on your rectangle, it's gonna be a big problem because you don't get, there's gonna be a little gap that they don't, in terms of precision, it's not gonna be as precise as if you don't. And I don't know why, like you know, it's just basically the border that if you don't have the border, it's basically not very precise in terms of plotting these type of box right here. So what is this current daily time frame doing right now? I want to investigate on lower time frame, find out what's the most recent price delivery we can notice on this current daily candle. Is that a sell side delivery? Is that the buy side delivery? Because that can confirm some type of order flow purposes here. And also we can find out if the market right now is in a retracement program or is it like basically changing its own state of delivery. So I want to break that down with you, and I'll show you basically on how I do it. In terms of draw liquidity on the daily time frame, I see this right here as a potential area that rebalancing on as a retracement program. I personally enjoy showing my student basically to only use expansion, right? But today it might be an exception. We're gonna potentially do a retracement program, which is basically an internal delivery. And if we're doing right now an internal delivery, that's gonna be different than basically an expansion. Because I don't really see myself engaging in a sell right now. And the reason why I don't want to do a short right now really is because and I'm down to miss a trade if I want to be honest with you. The reason why I don't really want to short this thing right now is it's basically like very, very cheap, okay? Relative to the opening price of this current monthly candle, it's actually extremely cheap. If I was in the state to be taking a trade potentially in this area, if you like the trade reversal, that can be an area where that was a pretty good potential of output of trade. But right now, in terms of relative to the actual opening price of the current month, if I show you the monthly candle power of three, you'll see on how we're pretty much like back to the zero line. It's gonna be showing. There you go. So you can see right here that this is the current monthly chart candle. Like this is the monthly candle. And it's basically gonna be closing in a few days, right? There's like 3 days or 4 days left. Also, the weekend's gonna be included in that. I'm not sure. I haven't really looked. Let me see the calendar. I think next day, yeah, next week is literally the 3 March. So this is the last week, so right? But there's literally like 2 days left after. So right now you can see right here this monthly candle is already like very very cheap in terms of price relative to the high and relative to the low of the current month. So I don't want to be engaging in a short position if price is already at the low, right? But what I kind of like want to observe is like today's basically just an observation day. I don't want to trigger any trade on Wednesday at like 3 days left of the month personally. I will see, but right now, right, my objective basically calling price with you and showing you what it is. But right now, I kind of like see this day right here maybe potentially take the actual daily high and look for this inefficiencies to be filled. And we also have the relative equal high that's standing at 21,453.75. Yeah, also Nvidia earning. Yeah, and I kind of like see this as a basically I kind of like see this as a really big opportunity to go long on Nvidia if the prices are pretty good. We'll see. We'll see. Yeah, we're pretty. We can like predict things, but obviously I prefer just standing with what actually happened. That's basically the key. So let's go back on the weekly chart on the power of three, so I can see better what's going on the current weekly candle. Because it's very easy to predict and stuff like that, like lying to yourself and telling, all right, like this is this and that and happen, and if it doesn't happen, you're just like very sad. Doesn't really, it's not really worth. So this is our current weekly candle, and if we look into these things, right, let's be honest. Sorry, David, to interrupt. I just passed my funded account for the first time. Hey, nice, man. Beautiful, amazing, I love it. Give him some love, guys. Just a little quick heart on that. Pretty good, pretty good. He's one of my students in the academy, so we've been working pretty hard on making these guys like profitable. At least a little bit touching the success. That's my goal. That's my goal. So what do we have in terms of inefficiencies this week or imbalances? Like we got this imbalance that's stand right here as well, which is basically sell side CBs. And it's inside the current weekly range. So if we retrace from the low internally speaking, like we are looking for inefficiencies to be filled, right? These are the main criteria of a reversal, not a reversal, but a retracement. A retracement is going to be aiming for fair value gap and basically imbalances. That's the goal. That's the point of a retracement, right? If you don't, if you don't have any inefficiencies, there's not a real reason behind a retracement. Let's be honest. 22 likes. Oh, let's go. You're done for the week, man. You come back on next month. All right. You're done for the month at least, right? Now enjoy the good time. Right. That's the goal. Because it's easy to start the challenge tomorrow, but I will literally say, just wait for the next one. You're gonna be fine. Take these few days off, enjoy yourself, pay yourself good lunch, and it's gonna be great. All right, so literally, if we look at this weekly candle, what it does is it's basically expanding lower as a distribution, right? That's an OHLC criteria. It expand as a sell side distribution, and right here from this low 21990, we got a retracement internally. So that's an internal rebalance, and it's an internal retracement. So right now, this is our daily candle. It's pretty garbage so far, right? Very small range, look, compared to all of these massive expansion, but that's kind of like expected, right? When after a big expansion day, you have some sort of consolidation. And also we have earnings from Nvidia coming in, so that kind of makes sense to prepare some sort of cushion on both sides of the marketplace to be able to absorb that volatilities, right, from a market maker standpoint. But we'll see, like right now, right, I'm kind of like standing with this information. I have all of these things. I put some notes on my notepad. I know a little bit what's going on a daily time frame, and that's where I'm going to basically jump on the 12-hour chart. And why the 12-hour chart specifically is because it's basically 50% of the day. And I want to kind of like compare contrast where the last 12-hour of the day has closed and how I can see the current 12-hour going. It basically gives me, already a 50% print on your daily candle, which is, in my opinion, really good odds, right? Really good data to rely on. It's like you're reimaginating your daily candle, but in 12 hours. Let's take a look at this. I'm going to also, for purpose of education, I'm going to basically mark right here daily CB, right? I'll mark it's daily CB. I'll put the text on the bottom, and I'll basically copy this on this one as well. So just because if I don't plot these things, everybody that joined a little bit earlier on or later on, they're not going to be understanding what it is. These are daily CBs, sell side imbalance, buy side inefficiency. So these are imbalanced, right, from a sell side standpoint, and they're buy side inefficient. So this is our current weekly candle. I'm gonna stick to this Power of Three today, in my opinion, because that's pretty what we're looking for right now. We're basically inspecting this retracement and potentially see some buy side to be taken. And right now you can see that the 12 hour, the previous one from the open to the 6 a.m. this morning has been a bullish candle, but it's still inside bar of the latest previous day 12 hour, right? This 12 hour currently has a pretty large retracement relative to that previous 12 hour. Like you can find out that it's basically almost back to below the opening price, really, right? It's inside of the wicks, and that's where I need to investigate on the 4 hour and find out what's the most recent delivery on that and where it's basically going. But right now I have this in my mind. I have all of these things on my mind as well. I have this sell side distribution on the weekly candle, and I know that there's a very important price level right here on 21,500 and a big inefficiencies. I know that the previous daily high has relative equal high right here standing. I can see this end dog as a bullish inefficiency. Yeah, all this type of thing. And you have 9:30 coming in 2 minutes. All right. So let's take a look at the 4 hour time frame right here. And the weekly candle's gonna plot. All right, so what do we have right here on the 4 hour time frame on that current 4 hour candle right here? I can see this as a distribution. That's literally distribution, but it's also expanding lower. So it kind of like, this is basically aligned with your weekly distribution. They're perfectly aligned, right? You can find out that this distribution right here is aligned with this one right here. They're the same, right? But they're basically aligned right now. I can see there's a high resistance right here resting above. Like if you plot this as a high resistance CPT, right? That's basically one of the theory I've been evolving during the last couple months. So this is high resistance, it's not low resistance. If you have like this basically wicks that had a little bit higher right here, now you have a low resistance, right? And overall it's in high resistance currently. So that distribution is not very surprising. This is our current M dog right here that we have. I can mark 50%, but we'll see, right? So right now we had this low right here. These two low has been destroyed already. Like this is the 2 a.m. low from London. We got the 22 p.m. low and basically the first 4 hour of the day right here. So we basically wipe already all the sell side from the current day. Let me see real quick. I'm gonna mark this right here. Oh, it's not done yet, but it's pretty close, right? This is our current sell side on the daily time frame. This is the low of the day right here. We literally just wiped it off. And we'll see what happened next, right? And again, these days are very low probability in my opinion. We're on the 50% of the end dog right here. Let me just look at it real quick. What's the data of the first 50% on that? It's 21, 190, 25. Our market right here, because I kind of like want it. It's pretty good data. So because when we're gonna jump on lower time frame, it's gonna be easier to see too. And this is also the 930, right? 21, 190, 25. So basically 190, 25 and not 20, right? There we go. So this is our data that we need. I'm gonna use on the midpoint of these. I'll basically use this little line right here with the dash line. What I'm doing after that is I'm basically locking these data points so to make sure that they're not moving anymore and are not, being like deleted for some reason. So in terms of, this is kind of like the Judas swing of the current daily candle. As long as we're not, as long as we're not keep going lower, it's not like, and I want to make sure as well that you guys understand that too. But if you go against the weekly order flow, you're basically scuffing yourself so much. Like, it's just very, very hard to do these retracement program. But in basically live stream like that, sometime you have to show some other type of trade, and I can trade these type of retracement. I just prefer the expansion side of things. So I'd rather like being aligned with a short sell, but right now I kind of like see these inefficiency potentially get delivered on during the day. But so we'll see on how it goes. All right, so these are pretty much clean. I want to go on the, so on the 4 hour, right now, I want you guys to remember we have high resistance on the top right here. We got two candles side by side. That's the classification of CPT. And also you have like a high resistance on the top, which is basically the current condition of this assembly of two candle. We got a pretty clear distribution on this 4 hour candle right now in between this low right here, London low, right? We got the Asia low right here and the actual opening range of the day. And we're back to pretty much 50% of this end dog right here. And we'll see on how we can potentially restart from here. Like I'm gonna basically projecting the daily after, and we'll see if we can engage on the opposite side. But the current like daily time frame delivery is a sell side run. It's a sell side delivery, right? The daily right now is set up for a bearish standpoint, but we'll see, right? That's a very complicated day. Like when you have these type of news of earnings type, you know, Nvidia is big part of the Nasdaq, right? So it just makes sense. All right, let's jump on the 1 hour time frame. So I'm jumping from a 4 hour to a 1 hour standpoint because I'm basically breaking down these 4 hour that you see right here in the 1 hour time frame, and I want to see what it is. Okay, so that high resistance I identify a little bit earlier on, it's gonna be right here, right? This is basically what it is. That it purged that relative equal high right here on that run at 8 a.m. and it basically closes a down close candle. This candle retraced and it basically distributed the low of the day right here. And you'll see on the FX4 model on 15 minute on how this thing behave on the lower time frame perspective. You'll see it's pretty wild. You'll see. So yeah, right now we took the current daily low right here. I'm gonna mark this right here. This is our current daily low that's been purged already. Daily low, and it's been purged already. So that might be our Judas swing from sell side run. And also we touched the 50% of that end dog right here. Okay. I can connect this high right here with this high as a low resistance. We have potential, a lot of liquidity in this area right here. It's also inefficient on that specific area. Like if you go in lower time frame and you look at this, you're like, this is not imbalance. Yeah, it is, because on the higher time frame, that's what we have, right? So that's the consensus of the higher time frame data give you a sell side imbalance, buy side efficiency. So even if you go in lower time frame and you don't see it, the consensus of the higher time frame give you that information. So that's where, you know, some people are just not able to understand that point. And that's fine, you know, it takes time to grasp, basically. All right, so this is our current 1 hour. What is the current, like, my student potentially going to be able to answer that question, but what is this current daily, not daily, but this current 1 hour time frame is doing right here? What's the definition of this 1 hour time frame right here? And I'll make you work a little bit too, right? It's easy to listen to live stream, but I want to, I want you guys to be able to collaborate too. Sell side delivery as distribution. There we go. We had Daniel that showed up right here. Both Daniel, at least. So that's a sell side distribution of 1 hour, right? It's an expansion, exactly. And what is the current daily candles doing? Like if I look at the current daily candle, power of 3, we'll see. But it's loading. It's loading. Come on, Pine Script. All right, so this current daily candle, right? The most recent price delivery on it was the sell side, right? That's everybody agree with it, right? And we started from the high and we distributed on the sell side, but that's a pretty 145 points. That's pretty small days, isn't it? Yeah, I can see what's going on right now, but so we basically took the previous daily low, I mean the actual daily low that was right here, and we basically distributed that, touched 50% of the end dog. Seems like there is some buyers active right here inside of that. And that's where I need to go in lower time frame, because on the 1 hour I'm never gonna be able to see the change instead of delivery. I'm never gonna be able to see where is there's a potential bullish imbalance. I'm never going to be able to see where I can engage with that. But I have this pretty good perspective right here. And I'm also taking note right here on my notepad, because if you don't know these type of thing, like we currently took that daily low, we some sort of like reject that 50% of the end dog. We have this big pocket of inefficiency standing above the market. We got the relative equal high right here standing at 21,453, 75. But we also have that high resistance right here too. So these are all the details that matter. That 1 hour time frame, as soon as it's gonna pick the high right here, it's gonna change the state of delivery from a sell side delivery standpoint to a buy side delivery standpoint. That's the real type of change of delivery. It makes sense, right? Because you have sell side distribution, right? And now you have buy side accumulation. That's basically the twist right here. Let's go take a 15-minute chart. And that's where the magic happened. Let me turn that baby boy on right here. Let me just put this on the front face. All right. I know that's a little bit of lines, right? Which is, some people don't really love this type of thing, right? I know that it's, but that's kind of like how you're training your eyes, right? To see the whole thing. So this is our current, not current, but our previous daily range. This was basically yesterday range right here. It's based Tuesday, right? The Tuesday range. What we see on this Tuesday range right here is we see that the previous daily high as relative equal high, right? It's a very relative equal high. Like you can find out right here, and this high is pretty much the same as this high right here, and it's extremely flat. You see on how it's pretty fat right here. So that's for me. If I if I want to participate in a retracement program on the weekly time frame, right? Remember, if I put the power of 3 in the weekly time frame right here, you'll see what I mean by that. One sec, one sec. It's loading, it's loading. It's not hard, man. It's just 4 data points. Come on, man. Activate. You can see that from the low of the current week, right? Low of the week, I basically marked that right here, 200990. From that low, all of this right here is an internal rebalance. It's a retracement, right? It's a retracement. That's what it is. From the low, like this weekly candle is basically binary, right? It has a black candle or it's a green candle. It's moving up or it's moving down. So if you can use these data points, right? That's basically what I'm teaching all of the time in my academy, right? These type of things are fundamental. If you don't know these things, you're never gonna be able to do that, right? I promise you. Because these are very, very key level. They're very important. That's the way Chelsea, right? That's the point of that. So from the low right here, what do we have, right? Is an internal. What is this move right here? What do you guys see right here? What is this? Let me use this little thing right here. This new feature, right? What is this move right here? You got Daniel typing again? And specifically from this level, right? Yeah, Daniel, it's a rebalance. It's an internal delivery. So basically, we got a distribution from a sell side standpoint that basically goes with a distribution. What do we have next? We got this candle right here that seek for pocket of inefficiencies. That's basically what I was talking about with the paint roller, right? That's basically what it is. And we're looking for this buy side, 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 and ultimately, if we can do it today, we'll see. And if we can do it today, we got this relative equal high that stands right here on the left side of the curve, but also the sell side of the curve. And basically, right now, what happened, and during this day right here, is it slowly retrace, right, on the weekly time frame, all of this wicks, and it seek for that high. It goes for This high I didn't reach for it, but it was pretty close. It was basically rejecting that wicks right here. You can find out right here. You can see right here this wicks. And I'm not used with this new little tool right here, but you can see that this has been filled already. This is 0.5 standard deviation on the 9-hour range. That's your accumulation range of the current daily candle. So that range is used or utilized for engineering purposes. It's been made for that. It's basically already there. Okay, it's set up for that, right? We have the previous daily equilibrium right here, 21.2, 21.87.5, which is basically your 50% of this previous daily range right here, right? Got this buy side right here that's been already liquidated. So from a seller perspective, if you start shorting in a too short area, automatically you become liquidity, right? That's basically where the seller, they become like, liquid. So we had this previous day equilibrium right here. I kind of like see the price going back for that high right here. But again, like at this time of the week, like 26 right now, we have 2 days left for the current monthly candle. I don't really interested to take any trade, but we're gonna look into any perspective, and I'll look into if any possibilities, and I'll just call with you what I see, and we'll see if we can potentially engage on that. Okay. Because it's easy to take trade, right? Clicking the buttons is the easiest shit, right? It's 100% the easiest thing. But is that really necessary if you have like a very, very good month? I have personally a very insane month this month, so I don't want to twist it too much, all right? I really like that sell side distribution that happened right here, because it confirmed my IDs of like basically going higher as a total soup on the low right here. And it's also a 21,200 level right here. Literally. Is this? Yeah, okay, so this is all rigged, right? Wow. Okay, so since you don't have the ability to see both of my screen, right? Because I got like so many monitors, but if you don't have, I'm gonna basically press escape, right? And I'm gonna split my monitor by 2, and I'll go to 5 minutes here. Yeah, you can find out this is the shift in order flow right here. This candle right here as let me resave this, let me zoom that a little bit so we can see right here. And I don't usually do that because I don't need it. Like I have multiple monitor for that reason. I want to have my main monitor. This is my center monitor, and that monitor basically projecting, my vision of what is currently going on, right? I can see right here. This is beautiful, man. This is beautiful. So what do we have right here is 2 candle closing side by side. These 2 candle right here. That's the definition of my CPT candle pair theory. So basically you have 2 candle closing side by side, then you analyze what is the wicks telling you on that right here. These 2 wicks right here are high resistance liquidity right here. Okay. Yeah, it's candle pair theory. So candle pair theory is 2 candle closing side by side, and it's not these goofy stuff. All right, this is basically just a definition of something that never been identified by my mentor ICT. Basically, never been able to see or have a language to be able to explain that type of specific phenomenon. That's the reason why I call it this, and it have like an ebook about it too, like that basically explain what it really is and how you can identify specific stuff. Basically, when you get 2 candle, whatever, like in any type of market, if you have 2 candle closing side by side, that's a pretty good example right here. You got the 930, right? You got the 935. These are just 5-minute candle. You got two candle closing side by side, and from the wicks right here, these wicks telling you so much. They're telling you so much. You see, I'm gonna plot it right here so you can see better a little bit. So you see right here, if you connect the low from this candle with this one, this is high resistance because this low right here is lower than this previous low, right? And this candle right here, specific, this candle is more specific even more because it changed the state of delivery from a sell side distribution to a buy side accumulation with a pretty much one-on-one standard deviation. Okay. Pretty wild if you look into that perspective. Also rejecting previous daily equilibrium and also the London low right here. Yeah, pretty beautiful swing low, isn't it? Now we have this bullish order block right here, and I'm gonna basically mark in the 5-minute time frame. And also see this as well. So these are two clean order block we can rely on for potential retracement. This is a weekly retracement, internal delivery. So we're looking for an internal delivery as definition of a rebalance, an internal rebalance. Okay. This candle right here has done the same thing as this two candle right here. That's pretty interesting, isn't it? So now we have this current weekly perspective. I'd like to see the daily perspective, okay, on a power of three perspective. And I'm talking about a lot of perspective, but that's basically what it is, right? And for some reason, I don't know why, but this 50% of the induct should be in sync and should be showing right here. There we go. You see it right here. This is high precision, okay? This is pretty good stuff. So what's the purpose of this right here? Is to refill these inefficiencies that we have right there on the sell side distribution. This is sell side distribution, you see? It distributed lower, right? And we have these pocket of inefficiency that can potentially get filled. So if you're already in the trade, I will potentially hold for these type of balance right here. What is our first objective? It's basically this right here. And we have this swing high, these three candle assembly that forms the swing high. That's pretty cool, right? Let me just change the color. It's gonna be a little bit less confusing. Looks pretty insane on the 1 hour. That 1 hour changes state of delivery. So if I show you as well, and where is my power of three? I don't know. On this 5-minute chart, I'm gonna use a 1 hour time frame power of three. Okay, if you guys don't mind, we're gonna be able to see the 1 hour delivery currently happening. See, this is our current 1 hour time frame. So on this 1 hour time frame from the open price at 9 a.m., it do what? It purged the sell side, engaged the sell side, right? And it changes the state of delivery. And the real change in state of delivery occur on this particular 5-minute right here. Why? Because this is a new high that's been created, 21,304.75. Okay. Now that we goes inside of this inefficiencies right here, that imbalance, I want to see what type of reaction we get right here. Yeah, I want to see what type of reaction we get. Because it can reject and go back down, right? So I want to make sure that it can go through it and then use it as an inversion fair value gap and then basically go towards this imbalance right here, which is figured, right, is in sync. Like this imbalance right is in sync with this one. And for the sake of confusion, let's put this one another color, right? There we go. So now it's this one, okay? It's not at scale. I can put it on scale, but it's going to be more complicated for you guys to understand. Because they're closing next to each other, the CPT will be a double rejection block, make it a BPR. So this one right here, right, is not a rejection block. This one right here is a rejection block because it go back inside this wicks and never touch that low again. So that's also a swing low, right? So I want to see what type of reaction we get right here. So also pretty clean order block that we have recheck right here, but and on the 5 minute I can go to 1 minute too, but for like, it's all the same thing, right? It's representing the same thing. Just in terms of data, you have more data projection for the same type of thing. And if it's not clear in a 1 minute, I will highly suggest just jump on a 5 minute. It's basically easier for reading purposes. Like if you start learning these type of thing and you really read price like you read a book, like I will highly suggest just look at the 5 minute. That's more than enough. You know, it's easy to twist your mind on a 1 minute time frame if you're gonna only look at the 5 minute. You know, you have one single read to do every 5 minutes, so that basically doesn't fry your brain, and it's just perfectly, you know, aligned with what you want. Increase precision, yeah, obviously, yeah. We're inside the macro too right now, so I kind of like see this high to be fried. We'll see. We just inverted at 5 minute right here. Yeah, I kind of like, I want to see the reaction of this 5 minutes right here, because this, you know, needs to respect this low potentially, need to respect that right here, and also mark this right here. We're basically utilizing bearish candle as an inversion, right? So that's the order block right here. We have this one as well, and I can mark so many, right? There's a different order block on different time frame as well. These are pretty interesting. That might be a rejection block. We'll see on how it goes right here. One thing shows the order flow in the 1 hour currently is bullish, right? Like I said, I don't really want to be engaging in that type of market, to be honest, right now. I'm looking at the 1 minute time frame. I'll show you right here, if you don't mind. And it's not because I'm encouraging the 1 minute, but I can show you right here what it looks like. You see, this candle right here, this one right here that I'm highlighting with the purple circle, is the change in state of delivery. What do we have right now? Right here is a rebalance of that move that's inefficient, right? These up close candle lows are imbalanced, right? Because they're accumulating very quickly. That's a rebalance. From that rebalance, confirmed with a rejection block that it's still bullish, and it basically rally for a buy side expansion on the 1 hour time frame, forming that current 1 hour high 21,313. Now we're back to the opening price of that 1 hour. That's a very interesting level, right? And I want to see if I can get a swing low right here that I can rely on for a potential expansion toward that liquidity pool, and also that sell side imbalance right here. But what are we waiting on a 1 minute is a potential swing low right here in this area, very close to the opening price. We can use that open price of an OHLC as an inversion too. Like there's millions in possibilities. I want you guys to understand that. Like, I'm gonna ask you a question. If you learn anything today, like maybe type one on the chat so I can see, you know, if I went too deep, if I don't want, if I can go deeper, if, you know, we'll see. All right, cool. Man, if you learned one thing today, like you're blessed, right? Like personally, right, what make me the most happy, like, and you need to find that as well for yourself, because if you don't know what make you happy, right, it's pretty sad, right? But what personally make me the most happy in like in life personally is to learn something new every day. Okay, just one single thing, nothing crazy, right? Just learn something new every day. That make me so happy for some reason, and I discovered that, and that really changed my perception of life. Right? It can be anything. It can be biology. It can be whatever the fuck it is. But as long as I learn something new every day, it's make me so happy. I don't know. Fulfillment in learning. Yeah, absolutely, man. I'm a life student. I'm gonna learn everything every day till the end of my life. Why not? It make me happy. It make me having fun. So why not, right? This is a new hour time frame right here on 10 a.m. New 4 hour as well. I'm gonna basically put two candles because I wanna look into previous 1 hour time frame and compare the contrast over there. Hey, no problem. I think your message getting deleted, Cozy, because you're now verified on the Toodegrees Discord. If you don't, maybe we have a moderator here that can post you the links. But I can see your message because my Discord's a little bit special. I fine tune it, so I can see the deleted message on every channel. I need to sign up also. Yeah, it doesn't take really long, I believe. Well, this is pretty much what I was looking for, to be honest, as we speak. This is my OHLC. We can look into the previous 1 hour time frame. We're gonna be able to see the 1 hour time frame as a box right here. You see, this is your previous 1 hour time frame range as a box. I really enjoy trading these bucks, right? How much for 3 months? So the OHLC Academy, I'm gonna be showing you the website if you guys don't mind. I think it's pretty relevant. So this is the website right here. So I'm gonna basically share with you the link if you don't mind. Uh, this is my academy. So this is where I show everybody on how they can become a little bit better than they already are. And it's a 90-day program, and the reason why we have 90 days is because we try in the past these 30-day program of like academy, and I wasn't able to see success on people. So for me as an academy, a serious academy, was like basically hard to justify the idea of doing it 30 days. Like I want my student to be successful, otherwise I'm not doing any advertisement for the academy itself. So like, if you understand what I mean by that, it's like I cannot do promotion about something that doesn't work. So my idea is to basically use, right? Have a good day, man. See you later, Breeze. Love you, man. So my idea of the Academy of 90 Days was basically to having more time to people that basically see a little bit of success. So if you can see a little bit of success, now they share their story, and if they share their story about what they learn over 90 days instead of 30 days, like I saw like that big increase of result in 90 days instead of 30 days. So that basically just confirmed the fact that 90 days is just better than 30 days, right? So if you commit to 90 days instead of 30 days, it's just so much better. So basically, we're just looking at a bunch of stuff, and how it works is basically we're just focusing on the right stuff. Like the main OHLC program is basically just open, high, low, close on every single candle, but there's so much more than simplicity than that, right? So there's a bunch of stuff, Booster 21 is basically a 21 episode of Trading Essential. If you know these things, you understand so much better. Like we're looking at the higher time frame and lower time frame fractals. So we're looking at all of these specific fractal on all of the time frame. It comes with an indicator that very, very relevant. That's the OHLC indicator. It basically plot all of the thing for you automatically, and basically blah 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 blah. And it's $2.99 for 3 months, which is basically $100 a month. And I used to do these things for free, okay? But the problem with doing it for free, people was not valuating my time, so it was not even like taking that serious. So I used to charge $20, you know what I mean? Because I don't really need money personally, but when I start charging money, people take that a little bit more seriously, and then monetarily they get more results. It's just very, very interesting, you know. But I think it's a fair price for what you get. Personally, I can see my student become very good, and I see them become very good as well. This is our current 1 hour time frame. So this is the fractal high of that current 1 hour time frame, 21/3/20, 25. And that indicator is basically included with the 90 days too. It's a big jump tool, right? This is the current 1 hour low right here. So basically, if you put your mouse over the fractal, you can see 21,276, right? This is the lowest, the high. On that current 1 hour, we engage the previous high right here. So what we can get right here is a potential rebalance in these order block right here. So just the pure people that got engaged in a buy position at the top of that 1 hour, rebalance this to the order block, and then basically expand, retaking that high with this high as low resistance overall. If I connect this high right here with this one right here, boom, you get that low resistance liquidity run. Okay. Since that new hour just opened, we need to commit to the idea of observing. It looks pretty good on 15-minute. There's just small imbalances in the previous 15-minute high, and then, yeah, we're pretty much on it. I'm going to show you the 15-minute time frame power of 3, and I'll put 3 candles so you can see what I mean by that. You see in between this current 15-minute low and this previous 15-minute high right here, got a small imbalance, right? That's basically what we're working off with right now. Which also the 15-minute or the 1 hour low right here. Let's go back on this perspective right here. It sounds insane and complicated, but after a month, man, obviously you're very understanding these type of thing. So much better, right? Let me put this on full screen. So now we got these 15-minute that are rebounds. You can see right here. Now we'll observe this. You see these two candles side by side has a CPT condition, right? High resistance bottom. Tap in the order block perfectly. 21 to 64.25. And it start rally. Interesting, right? Very close, very strong close right here. And let me observe as well the 1 hour, because I want to see the 1 hour relative to that previous 1 hour. Yeah, beautiful. It reached for fair value below the opening price. It's going for this fractal high, 21/3/2025. Retracement are so deep. Yeah, because they try to contain the price in a small range before the announcement of NVIDIA stuff. When you expect massive volatilities, right, they try to create some sort of engineering of buy side and sell side. The reason why is because they try to avoid massive liquidity, right, during that announcement. So what it does is basically just they're working with small ranges. It's basically just, consolidation, some type of stuff. You can see like we're still inside the previous daily range, and there's a reason why, right? when you're stuck inside bar, like a previous large bar, like you're basically in a consolidation. And that represents two candles side by side, which mean also there's no clear direction on the higher time frame perspective. Mhm. If you guys have any question, you can type in the chat too, right? I'll make a pleasure to answer and look into. Right now, we're just committing to the observation here. I got this area right here I'd like to go for, and this purple shaded area, which is basically above previous daily high. It's a relative equal high. Like, it's almost perfect, right? And the whole thing is a weekly retracement from the weekly low right here, 22,990. So we're internally delivering as a rebalance internal accumulation. Everything, when you can define everything that you see, right, it just becomes so much easier, in my opinion. It's an honest truth. Like, if you read a book, it's because you understand each words inside of it, right? Otherwise, it will not make sense anymore, right? So, just the way it is. Let me also put third candle, so I want to see the 1 hour swing potentially. Yeah, that's a swing low potential here, and also 1 hour CPT high resistance. So the output of this candle is gonna be a potential buy side expansion as weekly retracement. And I usually prefer, I'm gonna be honest with you, I usually prefer to be aligned with the weekly order flow and also like looking for an external expansion, but otherwise I will not have any setup for today. So I'm basically looking for an internal rebalance as retracement program on the weekly candle, but that's different. Have a good one, man. We catch tomorrow, dude. Appreciate your help, dude. So now there's a moderator in the academy. Oh, there we go. We're on that expansion right here. Must be random. With that big laugh, right? Do a kind of certificate after completion of the 90-day program? Just a curious question. This is something I kind of like work on, man. To be honest with you, this is something I was thinking to do, right? That'd be nice. It's pretty good. Yeah, that would be good. The realistic win rate will be 59%. 51%. Sorry. Because below 50%, you're not gonna be profitable. But I would say no. Don't focus on that. It doesn't matter. Let's go, man. My boy, focus, man. You took that buy. Beautiful, man. Ding ding. This is gorgeous, right? A weekly rebalance, internal delivery. Mm. I'll make you a big hug, dude. Good stuff, man. I'm happy for you, man. Give him some love, guys. Give some love to Focus on the chat. Bing, bing. What's possible to reach with ICT? You can reach the sky with ICT, man. ICT is basically, I can explain what ICT is, right? It's basically just a language that's been created by one guy, which is called Michael Uddleston. It's my mentor, which basically, it's a simple language. It's like the same thing as we speak right now. We speak in English, right? That's the language. But ICT created a language to be able to read and define what you see right now on the market. What is the definition of this candle? What is the definition of this candle? And if you can read or understand or define what you see, it's just easier to engage. That's basically what it is. Oh, let's go. Another of my student. Look at this beautiful trade, man. Let's go, dude. Very happy, man. You guys are cooking. Give him some love, guys, for Kevin here. Oh, Cozy, we don't see your post actually, but beautiful. A lot of people making money in here on that buy side run. I'm personally done for the month, to be honest. Let's go. Good stuff, guys. More than happy. Oh, you've done that as well on the previous daily equilibrium. Bam! Let's go, Michael. It's another of my student in the academy. Everybody in the academy is making bank right now. That's amazing. Very happy for you guys. I mean, I've trained your machine, right? I've trained your algo, man. Now that we're inside of this outside imbalance buy side efficiencies, what I want to do is I want to add the middle line. And the reason why I want to add the middle lines because I'll give that give us like a 50% at that imbalance. That also a very clear drawn liquidity, which is basically right here 21 370 25. I hope I'm still recording. Yeah, that's pretty good. All right, so let me show these trades, okay? So this is exactly what Focus done right here. I don't know if you guys can see this. This is gonna go on my YouTube as well too. So that's a pretty good entry, man. This is well that like that rejection block right here. Bing, it goes for that high right here with clear drawn liquidity. The current hour high from 9 a.m. And for me, that's the real chain to sit in there. When you touch that 1 minute that basically touched that high right here, that's the real chain of sit. That's where I work with this inversion and these order blocks level. And it rally again for that previous high from 8 a.m. Which is these two draw are just perfect. Yeah, I like that. Beautiful, man. Let's see if we can get another one right here. I like to observe what's the student or friends are noticing on their own trading. You see, 21 to 48. So you buy right here, some sort in this area. Saw this is a pretty good discount on 21 200, and it's basically taking that 9 a.m. high on that 10 a.m. close, 10 a.m. open. That's beautiful, man. Good stuff. You see how this is pretty sample in terms of visibility. Well, we're pretty much there, right? And I call all of these things live, guys. I want you guys to understand too, right? I've said, this is a very high probability trade. No lie. Bullish took the trade as well right here. Let me show you guys. Pretty good entry right here. Retarget the high. Ping. Ricardo, another my student in the academy right now, showing up with a 1425 points, 69 points with 2 micros. Perfect. Good stuff, man. Look at this, the P&L. Beautiful. Let's go. We're almost close to 50% of that right here, by the way. Give them some love, guys. Put some likes on these things. Like, we're here to support each other, right? I just joined the HLC Academy today, looking forward. Hey, welcome, man. You're gonna be enjoying for sure. No lie. Supernova right here with the same trade. Everybody's in the trade already. Look at this. Goodbye right here. Close some of them right here. This beautiful. Amazing. Ding ding. Everybody making money today. Let's go. Let me talk like that. I'm so happy. You're going to love the group. I mean, we're a good gang, right? We're a good team, honestly. It's pretty good. Yeah, with Chelsea 1 hour. Perfect, man. Jumping all around. Almost tempted to smash the music. Celebration. Let's go. Get your wiggle in. Bang, bang. If you didn't take any trade, right, and you just observed that happen, man, I will highly fucking suggest you to go in your journal and post all of the screenshot of the things that you saw. That's still a pretty good experience, regardless if you make money or not. That type of stuff needs to be recorded in the journal, man. Obviously, it 100% needs to be recorded in a journal. Even if you didn't make money, doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Making money is only the consequence of doing the right stuff. Okay, doesn't matter. If you can read this thing but you didn't engage on it, like, these are pretty good experiences regardless of anything. Let's go. Castellan, another my student. Look at this. All of these students making money, man. This is insane. Look at this. Bing. This is wild, right? Beautiful, man. Give him some love too, guys. Amazing. Oh, you're verified. Welcome, welcome. Give some love to Castellan. This is amazing trade. Edward, let me see that. I'll look into your trade as well. I want to observe all the trade from everybody. A little something happened here. That's fine. You mitigate quickly. I don't know what happened here. And you took the long right here and you write it up. I will potentially take one off, man. You're 50% of your target. Just, close one, maybe put the break even and let it run if it wants to run. Otherwise, you're more than welcome to do whatever you want. There's nothing wrong, because like right now, look, we took that 50%, and look, there's a small distribution happening here because it's overpriced a little bit, right? It needs to retrace, it needs to rebalance a little bit, then it go up a little bit again. Nothing too crazy. Bing. We're the king of ping pong, man. What a great day, dude. What a great day, man. What a great day. Yeah, I can see there's a distribution happening. So if you didn't take any partial yet, you might get back to your entry, man. Ding dong indicator. like the OHLC. I like the Power of Three. Like, this is pretty insane. Let me show you the 930 Judas swing. You see, that's the red candle that you see right here. This is basically, you know, the ding dong. Yeah, that's the distribution. I can because I have no other time from my other screen. I can see all of them, right? Yeah, that was 50% of that level right here. 21,369.75. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Razzle dazzle, Ricky Bobby, shake and bake. Oh man, we need to go on the beach soon, Focus, man. Let's go, let's go. Which indicator show the red candle, Judas? It's the OHLC indicator. That's my own OHLC indicator, basically. You can decide the time frame you want, but these are just custom overlay that you can basically, you know, show two session if you want. Like the 8:30 to 8:45, 9:30 to 9:45. These are basically only my manipulation area. And I got this tool is doing everything. It basically separate the day, it show you the kill zone, it shows these 15-minute, 60-minute opening price, show you algorithmically swing high and swing lows automatically. It does the liquidity based on the 5-minute, 15, 60. It has the macro as well. Look, these macro right here. These are the macro right here. Um, and yeah, you can do so many things with it, and it's a lifetime indicator. This is the tool that has changed everything for me in terms of how I can see the higher time frame developing on these lower time frame time base range. I'd like to give away one of them at the end of the live stream, but I don't think where's Josh is. I don't think he's not here. I don't know how I'm gonna be able to do that. We'll see. Brilliant. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, 9:30 to 8:45, 9:30 to 9:45. That's basically just one single 15-minute that's a little bit scuffy there, and I like to put it at red right here. So it gives me that perception of manipulation. So if we take that right here and we evaluate the valuation of this candle right here, this is the 1 hour time frame. So from the fractal high of that 1 hour time frame, what we did right here is we retrace inside of the fair value between 25 and 50, and between 21,345.75 and 21,318.75. That's basically your fair value. So we're inside the fair value. We want to observe is if still wants to go higher from here. There's a swing low right here. As long as it get respect, we pretty good. But looks like we did a small distribution on that previous low right here. Okay, so he wants to go lower. That's fine. This candle is pretty imbalanced. This one right here. You know, that's the opening price. We're pretty much on it. A retracement of 75% of the current 1 hour range. Pretty wild. Naruto rebound. Mm-hmm. Man, all of these things sound insanely complicated, but the real reality of it all is not that much complicated. Just like something that. Hey, good morning, FNC, man. Hope you're doing well, man. Real easy over time. Exactly. It just takes time. Committing to time, absolutely. This one, that is a daily CB. It's a daily CB. I'm gonna show you right now, right here. If I go into 1 day, right? This was basically connected originally with this daily low right here and the current one daily high right here, and now we just basically filled that. So the daily high was this value right here, 332.50. That was the high of the day, like maybe, I don't know, like an hour ago potentially. And I was marking from the daily high to this one right here. And right now we just basically go back for 50% of it. And it seems like there's some sort of distribution happening here. Because we also need to remember ourselves that the weekly candle is currently in a sell side delivery standpoint. Interesting reaction right here on the 75% of the current 1 hour time frame. So many times we're live right now. I don't want to have a too long live stream. Like it's been an hour, 25 minutes, maybe like another 15 minutes, and we're gonna be closing that. I'd like to give away some stuff, but seems like there's no. It's like Josh is not here, man, or Toodegrees is not here too. So I don't know. I really don't know. Nobody's here, man. What the fuck? Interesting level, right? I mean, it is what it is, right? It doesn't sound interesting at all, but I don't know how else to explain you that it's actually the truth, right? If you don't understand what I've talked about today, like you're never gonna be able to do anything like that. Yeah, it's been recorded. Yeah, obviously, I'm gonna put it on my YouTube. And everything that I do is always gonna be 5% of the whole. It's always gonna be 5% of everybody else. But remember, right? Everything that is boring, it's also pretty good. Is what it is. Yeah, I will enjoy giving away a 90 days for the academy for one single person and one indicator for lifetime, which is pretty generous. It's a value of like 400, 500 bucks, right? But if that can help someone in here, that would be nice. But there's no admin in here, so I cannot really do that. Let me send a message to Josh, I guess. I would like to give away something. How can we proceed? Also very close for my 1 hour 45 minute, and I would like to keep it a little bit shorter than usual. There we go. More people making money in the academy. I received so much. Pretty good message. Yeah, they have an emergency or whatever, so that's fine. Hmm. So we're gonna be doing 1OT, 1 OHL syndicator lifetime, and 90 days academy. And obviously easy like that. There's 97 people in here. I think there's gonna be a comment they'll receive in a few minutes, I think, or something like that. Post it in a general chat. Okay, so you guys can participate in a general chat. I'll put the link right here. Everyone to participate to the live stream giveaway. Let me also put the link in the chat right here. Do you guys participate in here? Okay. If you're already a student of mine, like I cannot really add on top. Okay, so please, maybe we can replace for something else, whatever. But because I see a lot of my student in here, so hey, what's up, dude? I mean, we just did call this whole thing right here. It was pretty fun. Okay, so how we doing? We're doing well, man. Amazing, good stuff. Pretty good stuff. Did call the whole thing. Just look into these things really. All right. So do we have anybody? Like, how many people participating right now? Let me see. So we got 59 people, and we have 97 people in here. That's interesting. Well, there's okay. So the guy that look, there's only two winner that's been up like set up right here on the giveaway. So basically, I'm gonna be giving two indicators to someone that wins the OT and one person that wins the 90 days. Okay, because there's only two winners on that thing. I asked for three, but it seems like there's what is available after the 90 days. You have the option to re-sign up again if you like what you find out. How to enter, like I'm gonna repost the link right here so you can click on the general chat and it should be there. The link should be there. Yeah, that's pretty good expansion again right here. It's basically target again that OT discount and it basically run away. Must be random. Uh Let me see. Do we have a winner already? I think there's 2 minutes left, right? 10 for 10:39. I'm kind of like observing the so we have 78 people. That's not bad at all. Not bad at all. Mhm. All right, there is 2 minutes left, guys. If you want to enter for the 90 Days Academy, it's pretty good, pretty good price, man. I don't think there's anybody doing that, but then we're gonna give away as well one of my OHL syndicator. Um, that's basically this tool right here. So you go on ohlc.group and you click on OHLC tool, and I put like the little story on how it started and everything, and I show all of the single feature that's basically included, like the bar skeleton, the liquidity based range, the manipulation color candle I showed you a little bit earlier on, the extended swing high and swing low automated algorithmically speaking, these automated fair value gap, 15-minute and 1 hour opening price, uh, the weekly profile projection, the kill zones, and some of the dashboard. And it basically it is a $100 tool for lifetime. So I want to show you basically this is the website ohlc.group, and that basically on that website you can um, see the tool. But that's basically what I'm giving away right now. So there's gonna be a lucky winner in a few minutes. I think it's right now. I think it's literally right now. 2 seconds. There we go. We have two winner. So Tony Montana is winning the automatic OT and the OHLC indicator, and Derek, maybe you already a student of mine, are you? I really hope not. Is Derek in here? I also had the Power of Three feature. You can read all of these things. I'm planning to add so many education things on, and also you can claim the CPT like ebook I was talking about, like with all the explanations, a free PDF. 90 days is basically the academy stuff right here. Yep. All right, so Tony, I don't have the ability to give you the OT because I need, but if you can send me a DM on Discord and I'll not respond, but I'll read it. Send me your username from TradingView if you can. All right. Make sure that's the real one, and I'll give you the OHL indicator as soon as possible. And I don't know if Derek is in here. Are you in here? Let me look into the viewers. Do we have someone Derek in here or not? I think it's not there. Oh yeah, it's here. Derek, you here? I think it's typing. Okay, so Derek, are you a student of mine already on the academy? I think so, right? Are you a lifetime member? Just curious. Or you're 90 days? Because lifetime? Okay, so that's a problem then. Because you already have the thing. So I'm gonna. Where can I find the academy? On ohlc.group. Can I swap? What do you like for instead? That's the thing, right? I don't really have the ability to give you anything else. You already win what you already have. Let's do it again. Yeah, I think so. I think so. What I'll give you, I'll basically give you an OHLC. Even if you already have it, yeah, that might be. I don't know what else to do, man. Honestly, like I said at the beginning, if you're already a member of my academy, it's gonna be link of the academy. Let me see real quick. I like the part. Yeah, so these are 2 degrees indicator. I cannot really do anything, really. Pretty sad, right? Cannot give you anything. So you kind of like win what you already have. All right, so I'm gonna ask Josh if we can re-roll, but I'll look into with you like in the academy later on. Maybe you don't have the narrator, or maybe you don't have anything else. Maybe I can look into what I can give you, man. Sorry, very sorry. Can we redo another one for OHLC Academy? Just one, because the winner is already a student. All right, I just type in Josh message right here. Let's see if we respond. I can ask the question. Okay, so let me ask the question to the other guy. Montana, are you there? Would you like instead the become a member of the academy for 90 days and give your OT to the Derek? If we can swap like that, I'll just send a message to Josh. Well, we're doing another one. Fuck it. Okay, so look into the general chat. We're doing another one. Yeah, would you like to do that with Derek so that can solve the problem? Derek is happy with it. So the OHLC Academy is my own academy, personal. It's the this link right here. It's a 90-day program, so basically it has tons of really good stuff, and it's also including all of the indicator we talk about for 90 days. So you decide, anyways. We've done another one. Like I'll give 2 basically, right? We can do that. All right, cool. That will be great because Derek doesn't have anything really otherwise, and it's a more expensive gift in my opinion. Yeah, the OHL syndicators include for 90 days, so you can test that out before if you want. It's 90 days. You get it for 90 days. All right, cool. So we have the winner, Derek for no T, right? I'll also give you the OHLC even if you already have it. Tony, you get the Academy for 90 days. And now we have another in the general chat, guys. A reroll. And the winner is AYMYENT. Sorry, I don't really know how to pronounce your name, man. Okay, so to join the academy, all right, I'll give you the instruction for people that win the trade, that win the giveaway, okay? So where is the, okay, so Tony right here, you entered that the score, okay? Then, wait, I got banned or what? Man, this is so complicated, dude. I think I got banned actually. Anyways. Are you on the Discord? Okay, so just open a ticket, Tony. It's gonna take like a few minutes. I'll send you the link. And also the other person, like I'm sorry, I don't really know how to pronounce your name. I absolutely don't. But also you can join the Discord. I don't know if you are on the Discord as well. Let me look into 3 mutual server. I don't think you are on it. But it's Discord/GG/OHLC. Okay. Simple as this. You open a ticket, there's a button to open a ticket, and I'll give you the link as well to join for 90 days in my academy. And you guys are more than welcome. I'm still like live right now. I got banned or what's going on? That's funny, man. You can send the invite in 2 degrees escape. Oh yeah, for sure. But that's how I'm gonna be giving the giveaway, man. Now, that looks good for the buy side again, right? That fractal right here. Alright guys, it's been like a pleasure. Amazing live stream. 1 hour 44 minutes. I'm very happy to be here. Very happy to show you some stuff. If you learn anything, maybe you can type in the chat 1 so I can know that at least I've been showing you something. So we have 2 person that learned something. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 is pretty good. 9, 9, 10, 11. Okay, there's a lot of people in here. Beautiful, guys. Amazing. You got 1050 macro coming in 30-second, by the way. All right. Beautiful, guys. I really hope you have a wonderful month, wonderful day, wonderful week, a wonderful institutional order flow month. And have a great one. I'm going to close this right here. Make sure you contact me on the Discord so I can basically give you the reward. I'll do some sketchy stuff for a lifetime. Joke blessing. Have a good one, Cozy. We see you next time. Have a good one, everybody. I'm gonna be closing this. If you enjoyed that live stream, but if you miss anything, I'll be posting on my YouTube channel. You just type in FX4LIVING on YouTube, you'll find out. All right. Have a good one. Ciao, ciao.
Oh, hello, TTrades, Edu. Hello. Power of Three Day, yeah. Okay, okay. So this live stream is recorded. Power of Three, dealing range. This is the directional tool. The logic for the dealing range is, okay, the new power of three or the present power of three, it's more probability for move to the previous high or move to the previous low. So when you have the dealing range, you have the framework for the redistribution or reaccumulation levels to the previous high or the previous low. You only have 2 targets. When you have one power of 3, the market only take the previous high or the previous low. Only 2 targets, high or low. Okay, every power of 3 candle range plays by the same rules. Okay, when you have new dealing range, the dealing range high and the dealing range low, it's the extremes for this dealing range. Inside this dealing range, you have different levels. Equilibrium, it's the midpoint for this dealing range. Okay, and 25, quarter, and 75. This is for premium and discount. Simple. Premium, discount, and externals, liquidities, the dealing range high or dealing range low. So if you think about the market maker models, for example, this is the curve, okay, sell side of the curve, buy side of the curve, and the same levels, the quarter, 75, equilibrium, and 25, it's the levels for reaccumulation and redistributions. In the ICT teachings, the reaccumulations and redistributions levels in bearish moves, for example, it's the last bearish candle, okay, if you identify the last bearish candles and extend for the present, it's the level for accumulation or redistribution. But it's more precision when you have the previous dealing range candle and you have the specific measure for all these levels, reaccumulation and redistribution levels. So in all these areas, when you are in this, for example, in this reaccumulation, in this area, you need one fair value gap or sell stops, okay? Or sell stops. The same here, equilibrium. Price close above equilibrium. Here, fair value gap or sell stops for reaccumulation levels, okay? In the same here, fair value gap and sell stops. So, for example, imagine prices in this area here, close above the 75 with candles bodies, okay? The dealing range, it's reading about the candles bodies close. So price close above the 75. So you will expect the retracements in this quarter, 75, maximum in the midpoint between 75 and dealing range low. Okay, for continue to the next quarter equilibrium, because the dealing range high in this moment here, it's so far here. Okay, so your first target when you are in the 75, the next target it's equilibrium. Okay, so if price close above equilibrium here, you will expect the same rules. Bearish retracements here for value gap sell stops for continue to the next quarter first 25 here. Price close above, you will expect the same dynamics, fair value gap or sell stops, and you can find SMT in every reaccumulation area. Okay, if price close above the 25 with candles bodies here, it's high probability for price continue to the external dealing range high. Okay, this is the dynamics inside the dealing range. You can use the previous power of three dealing range. You can use the PDRA dealing range. If you have one fair value gap, for example, you need to take the 3 or 4 previous candles for framework all the PDRA, and the dynamics in the quarters or equilibrium, it's the same. Okay. One example here, 4-hour power of 3, 5 minutes chart. Okay, this is the 4-hour dealing range. Okay, price open between equilibrium here and the 25. So if you will expect here bullish moves, for example, when price close above the equilibrium here, if price close here above, you will expect the retracements in this area maximum. Price close above 75, you will expect here the retracement for continuations. Okay, look here, price close above equilibrium, retracement in this area, reaccumulation, price close with candles bodies above the 75 and continue to the dealing range high. So in this moment, if you will expect one reversal, for example, you anticipate the same levels for redistribution, reaccumulation levels, and you will expect the redistribution. Look, for example, price taken the external high or dealing range high, close with candles bodies. Look here, candles bodies below, return to the dealing range high, and close below the next quarter, 75 quarter. Okay, in this 75 quarter here, you will expect fair value gap or sell stop. Here, close with candles bodies, fair value gap, 75, and continue to the next levels, equilibrium and 25. And the same rules, price close below this 25 and dealing range low. If price continue in bearish moves, these levels is for redistribution. Look, the retracements in the here, equilibrium, 25, fair value gap or sell stops in this area, 2 deviations, 2.5 deviations, retracements, 4 continue to the 3.5 and 4 deviations. Okay, so the same levels here for reaccumulation in the bullish moves. It's the same levels for redistribution in the market maker buy or sell model. Okay, every power of 3 candle range play by the same rules. Okay, in every power of 3, you see the candle in 3 different phases. The first, it's the opening and the accumulation. Okay, so price open here in between equilibrium and 25. In this moment is in 25 dealing range. So the number 2, price reactions in this premium 25 and move to the 75 to discount. So in this moment, price return in the equilibrium here. And the $1 million question. This is one retracement or one reversal, because price is inside the dealing range or power of three dealing range. High, low. In this moment, price don't taken the high and low. Is inside the previous dealing range. So the question is retracement or reversal. Okay, the equilibrium level here, it's the answer or the key level for the next price moves. For example, if price move to the dealing range low, you will expect the retracements here in equilibrium, only weeks in the equilibrium, and continue to the 75 quarter here. Okay, if you are in one reversal, for example, in bullish, you will expect the close with candles bodies above the equilibrium. When you have the close above the equilibrium, you will expect the next quarter 25 here. Okay, because when you are in one here one retracement for continuation in bearish, you will expect the close below these quarters. It's no sense if you will expect the dealing range low and price return again above the 25 or equilibrium. Okay, and this is the three ways or the three phase for the power of three. It's the three phase. Open here, open, manipulation, and distribution, or accumulation, manipulation, and distribution, the three phase. But in the second phase here, price looks very bearish. So this is for inducement for retail shorts here and smart money longs here. Okay, in the manipulation phase. Price return above equilibrium and continue above 25 and the dealing range high. Price only have two targets in every power of three: previous high or previous low. This is the dashboard for the dealing range. Okay, Monster Lab power of three dealing range. You can use here the dealing range, the labels for the dealing range high, 25 equilibrium, and you can use the high, low, equilibrium, quarters, and the range synchronization. You can take the current power of three time, high and low time, and the entry power of three look back. Okay, this dealing range, it's not only for one single candle. For example, if you have one higher time frame PDRA clear, in this example is one fair value gap. Fair value gap, you need three candles, three power of threes. Okay, so this is your dealing range high, the high for the fair value gap and the low for the fair value gap. So here it's the same dynamics. For example, if you will expect the bullish moves to the fair value gap for reactions in bearish, you will expect first the close above the 25. So price close above the 25, retracements, and here is one area for reaccumulation for continue to the fair value gap. Price close above 25 with candles bodies, okay, and move above the fair value gap. In this moment, price is in the equilibrium and inside the PDRA higher time frame. So in this moment, it's very important look the close, waiting for the close candles, price close below equilibrium. Okay, if price close above equilibrium with candles bodies, you will expect here fair value gap or sell stops for continue to the 25. 25 close again below here. You will expect here the retracement for continuation to the dealing range low. Okay, so it's very helpful equilibrium, because for example, imagine, okay, fair value gap, but you see this fair value gap, price close above the equilibrium and the fair value gap, you will expect the bearish move, but price is above the equilibrium. So it's probability this is one inversion for continue to the 75. 75, return, and continue to the dealing range high. Because remember, in every dealing range, you only have two draws or levels, the previous dealing range high or previous dealing range low. DXY, example for the PDRA dealing range. This is daily power of three. I take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 candles for framework, this daily CB. Okay, so you have this daily CB, price open, move above the 25 first here. Okay, look here, 25, and this is the reaccumulation area here for continue to the daily CB. So it's very important the next close. Price don't reach the equilibrium here, but it's in the 25. And look, the next candles, price close below 25 here. So the same level, 25, and this breaker, you can find any PDRA in these quarters. Fair value gaps, sell stops or breakers, or OTE. In this example is one breaker, bearish breaker below 25. Look here, 25 reactions, candles bodies below, and only wicks here. After the candles bodies close, only wicks, and price continue to the dealing range low. Okay, this is one example for Nasdaq. In these last weeks, Nasdaq in the 3 months look back. Okay, this is like to if the data range. You only need to take one single candle. If you put the 3 months time frame in your power of three, in this moment you have the framework for the if the data range 3 months look back. Okay, so this is the dealing range high, previous 3 months look back, and previous 3 months low here, high and low. Okay, so this market Nasdaq in the previous weeks, it's very confused for the traders, because the question, the $1 million question, okay, Nasdaq new all-time highs or crash and one reversal, big reversal, or all-time highs. This question and the answers you can find in the dealing range. Okay, in the quarter dealing range. In this case is higher time frame for your directional. Okay, when this power of three or 3 months power of three open, the first move it's to the 25. Okay, price move to the premium or 25, and in this moment the traders or retail, it's Nasdaq all-time highs, longs all-time highs. Okay, but you need to think about power of three, the three phase. Remember, accumulation, manipulation, and distribution. Okay, in this moment 25, you need the close 25, smart money short, and retail traders longs in premium. Look here, the reactions in the 25. Okay, price return to the equilibrium. Here it's very critical area, because you need the close. If price close below equilibrium, it's high probability for price continue to the 75. Okay, price in 75 here. Okay, discount, deep discount. In this moment, the retail traders, oh, Nasdaq, reversals, big crash, reversals, move to the dealing range low here. Okay, in this moment, you need patience. Okay, if price move to the dealing range low, you will expect the close with candles bodies below 75. But if price return to equilibrium, this is potential for reversals. Okay. Look, price return to the equilibrium. And the $1,000,000 question here. This is one retracement or one reversal for continue in bearish, the dealing range low, or bullish to the dealing range high. This is the $1,000,000 question in this moment. So in this moment, you need the close for confirmation. The next price moves. Close above the equilibrium. Look, this candle close. Close above equilibrium and close above the opening. So this is confirmation for the next quarter. 25 here. So when you have this confirmation here, the maximum retracement, it's in the midpoint between the more recent quarter or level, in this case between equilibrium and 75. Okay, so if price retracement here, the maximum allowed retracements, candles bodies, it's in this midpoint for continue. Here, maximum allowed retracement with candles bodies. Here, if price close below the midpoint between equilibrium and 75 quarter, in this moment, this is invalidation for bullish moves. And this is more probability for continue in bearish. The next candles, look, candles bodies above the midpoint here between equilibrium and 75. Price don't close below this level, so the bullish ideas continue. Okay, and right now, this week, price open here above the 25, very close for the dealing range high. This is quarter power of 3. So when you have the dealing range, you have the high and low, and when price is in deep discount, 25, every close above the quarters or equilibrium, it's helpful for identify the next price moves. Price close above the dealing range, the equilibrium, you will expect the retracements maximum in the midpoint between equilibrium and 25. Candles bodies above the midpoint. If price close below, this is invalidation. And continue above, the same dynamics. Close above 75, retracements to the midpoint between 75 and equilibrium here. Okay, other example. This is daily power of 3 or daily dealing range. This is the opening daily. This is Asia range and London and New York here. Okay. Price move to the deep discount here, 25. Okay. In this moment, price in 25 and return above equilibrium. Look, this candle close here, and look, this candle close here. Here only wicks, and in the reversal here, close with candles bodies. In this moment, when you have this confirmation. This is the retracement or reversal. When you have the close above equilibrium, this is for reversal. So if price return in one retracement, the maximum retracement it's in the midpoint between 25 and equilibrium here. For continue to the next quarter, 75 here. Move above, return, and continue. Okay, but it's very important this close above the equilibrium because the previous close it's only wicks for continue in the redistribution area here, the 25. But the next close it's with candles bodies. It's very different for the previous close. So you need to see the details. And look here, price close above equilibrium, maximum retracements here between equilibrium and 25 retracements, and continue above the buy side liquidity or above the 75 quarter here. You can anticipate, you can anticipate the reaccumulation or redistribution areas. Other example here, for example, Asia, this is 15 minutes. Yeah, 15 minutes. Daily dealing range or power of three. Price taken the Asia highs and dealing range high. Okay. And the close below 25 here with candles bodies. You can see the difference here in the bulb. Price only wicks for the last reaccumulation level here in bullish, only wicks in this 25 quarter. And the current candle close with candles bodies below 25. This is like to break market structure. Okay, but you have the framework or dealing range for confirmation this change in the direction. So when you have this confirmation, the midpoint between 25 and dealing range high, it's your levels for redistributions. Price close below equilibrium, levels for redistributions. Price close below 75, levels for redistributions. Okay, all this is your levels for the next price moves. And look here, 25 dealing range, price, retracements, fair value gap in the 25. Remember, fair value gap or sell stops. Here you have one fair value gap in the 25, and price continue in this reversal below the quarters. Look here, price close below equilibrium and continue. Price close below 75 and continue in bearish. Other example here, price taken dealing range low, external, and return to internal in the 75. If you have one higher time frame bias in bearish, and you will expect one reversal, you can anticipate all these levels for redistribution. Okay, for continue, this is external to internal for continue in bearish. And look, candles bodies, equilibrium. All the candles bodies, it's below equilibrium because this is one reversal in this dealing range. Price move to premium here and reversal in bearish. Okay, in the new updates for the power of three, you can use the dealing range in the Asia dealing range. Okay, you need in the settings, power of three mode session here, and you can use only 2 sessions. Session time here, the first, 8 p.m. to the midnight open. Session time number 2, midnight open to the 6 p.m. So when you have these settings, the dealing range or Asia dealing range, it's your framework. It's the same dynamics. It's the same rules. Price taken, Asia highs, return here, below dealing range low, equilibrium. Here, 25 for continue in bearish moves. Okay, when you have one market maker buy or sell model, you can framework your market maker buy or sell model. It's the same rules. You have the original consolidation in this area. Okay, and price move to the PDRA, higher time frame. And here, when you have original consolidation and the higher time frame PDRA, you will expect here in the quarters and equilibrium the areas for reaccumulation or redistribution. Okay, look here, price close above the 75. So when you have the first close above 75, in the market maker words, the next dynamic is the low risk buy. So when you have the close above 75, the low risk buy is the confirm for the low risk buy here. Retracements and low risk buy here. But you need the close with candles bodies above 75. Okay, and the next quarter or level equilibrium, price close with candles bodies above equilibrium here, and you will expect the retracements between equilibrium and 75 here, candles bodies above the midpoint, fair value gap or sell stops in this area, in this example sell stops here, and continue above equilibrium, confirmation, retracement, continue to the next quarter, okay, close above, reaccumulation, and taking the original consolidation here. But what happened if you have, for example, this market maker model and price don't close above equilibrium? Probability you are wrong in this framework or price moves, because price move to equilibrium, don't close above equilibrium and continue in 75. This is probability for continue in bearish. This is the logic for this dealing range. Dealing range with the standard deviations, it's the same dynamics, but it's more precision for the areas for retracement or reversals. For example, here in the 2 deviations price, 25, okay, 25, and 2 deviations, this is retracements. So the retracements, it's in the dealing range, equilibrium, maximum retracements, or continue with the 3.5 or 4 deviations here, okay? This is all for this dealing range logics. If you have questions, comments, doubts in the chat, please. Okay, Josh, I can send one template for the dealing range, if the data range template. Yeah, the time frame alignments, it's the basics. For example, you have the daily power of three dealing range. Your time frame view, it's in 30 minutes or 15 or 1 hour. You have the weekly dealing range or weekly power of three. You need the 4 hour time frame or 1 hour. The same if you're working with the monthly dealing range, you need the daily time frame view for the dynamics or the close above or below these quarters. You need the basics time frame alignments, okay? Because it's no sense, for example, if you have one monthly dealing range and you will expect the close in 5 minutes, you know, monthly dealing range, and you will expect the close or below the equilibrium in 5 minutes. It's no sense. If you are working in the day in the monthly dealing range, you need the close candles bodies above or below in the daily time frame. Okay, no more question, Josh. This is all for me. Thank you for the invitation, all the members. Cold Brew. Hello, Nick. Hello. Thank you. Thank you.
All right, so my little lecture here isn't going to be as advanced or as long as the previous, just because it's not as complex. So in terms of the Power of Three tool, my little tiny section here, weekly profile, there's not very much to go over here, but you can choose your weekly candle size, which will be your weekly candle, the offset of that, and then the width of the weekly open, right? And it will automatically mark out those vertical lines on the days. If you have it, these are the settings that I have there, right? So with this selected, it will go ahead and show you the weekly profile. So with this, I prefer to use it on the hourly chart. And so all I'm going to be looking to do is pair the daily closures with an hourly change in the state of delivery that aligns with the weekly profile, right? So we'll hop out to the daily chart here, and I'll just kind of show you what's going on. I have referenced a previous example, but you can see we have formed this swing point. We are in a consolidation. We manipulate in the consolidation. Now we're starting to expand out. So if we're going to trade higher to, let's say, this high, I'd want to see it expand, right? And so we have Monday closing higher. So I'm just expecting a continuation. Let me mark out these highs on the left. A continuation in the following days. And so as we let this play, you can see we get a nice closure. I'm going to rush these ahead, but once again, a nice closure and then a continuation. And we go and hit that objective, right? So now if you know about the phases of price delivery, if we have expansion into a swing point, right? And specifically, I like to focus on 3 or more expansion candles. That's where I see it get exhausted. We have 3 expansion candles. Monday, if you notice, we never form a significant low. And what do I mean by that? A protected low. We never sweep out anything, right? So we're just forming failure swings. So we've just built all these failure swings going up throughout the week, or expansion into an objective. And this is when I then can use this to either pair it with a reversal on previous day high or look to trade the continuation. As we let this continue, you can see we now have this reversal off previous day high. We have that change in the state of delivery, right? So now with this, you can see we have aligned everything together to give a bearish bias. So I could look to trade this reversal day because it's made a small enough wick, right? If it made a large opposing wick, then I would want to wait for the next day. So I could look to trade this lower today, right? So as it retraces back up into this range, right? I'd want to see if that respects. Can trade it lower with that propulsion block right here. I'll go ahead and zoom in a little, right? And then let it close. We get a nice fall. Now, taking a look at it, this is where it is useful. Later into the week, we have this weekly profile developing, right? So we see this candle, this weekly candle, reach way higher into an objective, and then now pairing it with it, you can see how the wick is forming from the daily candles here. So this is, if you look, we sweep out the high, we close back inside. I can look for a continuation lower this day. If you understand the weekly profile, where would we be looking to target? Well, initially we want to target the weekly open because this is a reversal candle, not an expansion candle. So I want to see it form a reversal or a large wick or return to that weekly open. That would be a target. And then we have all these failure swings at the low, right? So can use any of these. So generally I do weekly open, Monday low, and then I can look for further objectives, right? So like so. So then going into this next day, you can just use the daily profile. We get a retracement. We start to expand lower, more of a continuation. And there we finish the week hitting that weekly open, right? Now, Monday low is still an open target because if we go to our daily chart, now we have expanded 2 days, but we're leaving this low. So I can look in the future days to see if that gets hit, and we'll just kind of speed run it. Takes a minute, but goes and hits that out, right? So that is how I generally use the weekly profile tool. I really enjoy it later in the week, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, because you get to see that development of the candles. And you can see it makes less sense earlier into the week because you don't have as much data. As you get more and more data, right, it becomes more clear what is happening on that weekly profile, right? Because the weekly candle is forming. It's like when you go into the daily profile, if you try to trade Asia, you don't really have much data, but if you're trading New York, you have that whole day's range to make decisions based off of. So that is basically the extent of my section in the tool. So if there's any questions, we can answer that, or we can call it there. But that is essentially how I use it. You can also use it on the 4 hour. I just prefer the hour, how it blends together. But yeah, mainly just finding the higher low of the week and then trade the continuation off of it. It's really all it is. It's like you don't need to catch this day to get on side because you have the continuation following. Just understand the phases of price where we have expansion, new phase of price, expansion again, right? Don't get caught in the new phase of price. Let the new phase of price form, then trade the expansion following. Fave time frame for trades. Doesn't really matter for me. I mainly enter on the 5 minute or 3 minute, but everything's framed off of the daily 4 hour, 1 hour. Sometimes 30. So sweet. I think that's it because I'm not seeing any questions. Unless I missed any throughout it. Yeah, you can pair it with the fractal model indicator. So how I would do that is if I'm already looking short on this day, let's say, right? We have a 4 hour candle close like that. Let's go in here. An hour or lower time frame set up in there, right? And then I can look to trade the fractal model inside this New York session, right? Lower time frames. So for instance, there's a continuation one to the intraday lows. We're on the 30. I could drop to the 3 minute. The fractal model. You can see we have a bullish setup here, but you're expecting that to fail. And now we've formed the bearish setup right here. There's the T-spot. There's the closure. It hasn't confirmed. This one won't confirm until there, but it's a continuation. So this one, you may miss it. But that's how I go about it. I really just align stuff. So for example, the one today, this one was in my stream this morning. Go to the 3 minute. You can see my markings, but move this all. Give me 1 sec. It's got to go this way. I just marked it out. But on this, I have the 4 hour. I have the daily marked out, 4 hour. And then this one is 30. And I use the 5 minute in this case. That's why it looks like that. And that's where the short setup forms, because you're aligning all the expansion candles together. So, yeah. I don't really use it the same as I do in stocks. For instance, just because of how the sessions form, it's going to be quite gappy. Right, so if I use this here, you can use it. It's just stocks are a bit differently. I mainly just focus on the daily closures, right? Like, how much is that? I don't even know what's all going on there. Yeah, just a bit weird. Actually, I don't think it works on stocks, or maybe it does. Yeah, we have a bank holiday. Obviously, I chose probably the worst example of something consolidating. I don't know any stocks trending. Yeah. But yeah, mainly I'm using the silver here. Mainly I'm just using different variations of these timeframes when built into templates. So this one will have, you know, my daily 4 hour 3 minute, and then this one has my daily hour 5 or 4 hour 5, and then this one has all 4. So mainly just what I use, because once you align all these timeframes in one direction, yeah, those are all aligned, and then that's where you get expansion on the new open of the higher time frame candle, because that's going to be an expansion candle. So, all right.